Another contract, spending ratepayers' money, and for that I make no apology for the call very good in the community, is your street cleaning in Taupo, and we have Mr. Ridd. Welcome, Mr. Ridd.
Thank you. You'll be aware that in the morning you'll see a street cleaner going around the Taupo City. It's one of those activities. I'm a big advocate for keeping things in-house and running things in-house, but this one we've had our eye on for about just over 12 months now. We're concerned about increased costs. It's cost us about $25,000 a year to maintain this aging machine. So as a result, we tested the market to see what was out there. We wanted to compare how much it would cost to run in-house, how much it would cost to contract it out. As you can see some prices we have tenders there, that's $300,000 over 3 years, being the lowest price. The machinery itself is in hundreds of thousands to replace, and there's obviously staff which also get built into the cost. So when we did our feasibility study, we weighed up the costs and benefits of keeping it in-house or contracting out. On balance, and it's really about risk, we felt that to contract it out would be the best option. And this is why we provided here a contract which would commence, if given approval, in July. We've allowed for it in the budget for the annual plan. So I'm open to any questions, but that's a bit of a summary as to where we are with that.
Okay, I'll open up questions. Councillor Kirk.
And what happens to the existing machinery we've already got from having done this in-house previously?
Yeah, we sell it. It's fairly worthless. It's been written off now.
Okay.
This is just the street, not the emptying of bins?
No, just literally the street cleaning every morning. Morning.
Okay, Councillor Minister.
And the other question is the staff that are involved?
Yeah, but obviously we'll retain the staff, but it means that we've also got that flexibility now to put them onto other operations. We're a bit lean and mean, I would guess, particularly in the winter area.
Okay, so as I understand this concept, I've got it right, you're telling us that we've got machinery that's going to need a very big capital replacement cost shortly. It's costing a lot of money in maintenance. You've got a suggested resolution here for just over $300,000 for 3 years. So for $100,000 per annum, we're going to get the same job done, the same quality, and the streets all around our CBD and that, rather than buy new machines and pay staff wages, etc. And when it comes down to staff, what you're saying is a ton of our business, and it isn't because we're governed, but it comes back to the principle in council that your job's secure, but you may not be doing tomorrow what you were doing today.
In the nutshell.
Okay. Councillor Hickman.
So, John, this contract machine, will this also do the sidewalks or the cobblestone areas as well as the curb channel and the gardens and exactly the same as what the old machine used to do? Yeah. Okay.
If our machine that we've got at the moment is got a very low book value and it may be not in that good a condition, I would suggest it's probably more prudent to actually keep it as a backup at the moment.
Yeah, possible. Yeah.
Just a thought, I mean that's off target, but that's a thought. Anything further on this? Tender. I'm sorry, Councillor Minister.
Obviously the contractors, John, are liable to you. Where does the fall guy come to?
So it's a standard contractual arrangement like any other of these contracts. There's performance targets in there. They've got to hit them, otherwise they get hit.
That's what I was thinking. You must have met Mr. Williams just made a really good comment, and that's what I was alluding to before with the other machine. It'd be nice to keep it if it's not too much of a maintenance nightmare, because when we do have big events in town and things like that, we've got a machine at our ready to move in there on an as-needed basis rather than a contractual basis. Nobody else? Okay, suggested resolution on page 8-1, which we've just talked about. 3-year contract, $303,000, $21,000 a year to contract out street cleaning.
Move the suggested resolution.
Councillor Kirk as a mover, Councillor Hickman as a seconder. All those in favour? Aye. Carried. Okay, move on to agenda item number 9. Oh, Mr. Wizard, sorry, I've got something else written down incorrect. Agenda item number 9 is the self-contained camper vans in public places.
This is a pretty comprehensive report. I feel it gives you a really good feel for where requirements into the bylaw. And just to clarify, that there is a requirement for council to resolve a designated camper, an area for self-contained campergrounds, and you have the ability to do that by resolution. There's no requirement now to change the bylaw. As we allude to in the paper, there will be some work to do on the bylaw, but that's mainly around the fining regime, which we intend to bring back at a later date. But this is primarily to designate that area by resolution for self-contained campergrounds. So I'm open to any questions, but I think it's pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, sorry, there was one or two options, sorry about that. What outlined on 9.1 are 5 options, and it's primarily around the length of stay for those self-contained campergrounds. Should the site be agreed to be designated. So some guidance in the resolution would be good.
Councillor Mincher?
Just one, the definition of the self-contained was going to be the New Zealand-wide specific.
So
Yeah, that's going to be their definition.
we've got a whole heap of work going on yet. So basically the responsible camper sign, which is on the back of the campervans, will have to display that. Otherwise,
The definition of that obviously is what sets the argument or the point of difference. So
what I want to clarify also is that camping.org provides a bit of a hierarchy for where people stay, and we're tuned into camping.org, the hierarchy being here's a place to stay if you're a designated camperground, if not, you need to go to the holiday pass, and here's some information. So it's all that information regarding
the point of the resolution there on that regard is it talks about only for those vehicles that have a pollution and sanitary needs of occupants of the vehicle for a minimum of 3 days continuous, so they can hold their own waste and water, etc.
but that sticker does clarify that rather than having to be an independent assessment.
Exactly.
Councillor?
On compliance, I mean, I go down to the yacht club quite a bit, and there's often wicked campers. Obviously, there's provision for the staff to monitor this at a high level. If we don't allow this, we're going to be quite strict.
Absolutely, in terms of the site, if you did allow this at Ferry Road, would be enforcing the fact that they were the right type of campers needed. The paper that John alluded to that will bring forward in the future will be to modify the bylaw to allow instant fines, essentially, for other campers outside this area.
But you have staff now that will, if we agree to this, that will knock on doors and bring them on with necessary information packs to send them to the correct spots.
Correct. It makes it a lot easier actually to enforce when you've got someone about to so this provides one guy's ability to knock on the window and say, you know, you can't park here, you know, wherever it is down in front of Lake Terrace, but you can if you go down Ferry Road.
Or the opposite, sending them to either the campgrounds or to Reed's Farm.
So, Jared, would you prefer a defined area on Ferry Road, or would you prefer option 1 where it just says off-street parking on Ferry Road? From a point of view of being able to control it.
I don't know if it makes too much difference in terms of enforcement, but my vision in terms of the actual camping area would be that you would demarcate the area quite differently. So the parks would be slightly wider, they would probably be painted in a different colour, maybe or something with appropriate signage, so in that regard it would be easier if it was a defined area.
I think so.
I think we envisaged the middle area being...
Well, that's what we talked about before, but reading those 5 options, there's obviously a decision that we need to make. So I'm just asking, from your point of view, which would you perhaps prefer?
I think that's the key decision is Ferry Road the right place, you know, to allow these for this inclusion to occur. Following that is whereabouts in Ferry Road, and then for what length of time we'll be aware that there has been some debate through the media, etc., if it's 1 night or 2 nights or whatever.
Would there need to be any consultation with this in view of the bowling club having a big tournament or the yacht club having a big thing?
So, well, we've got normal relationships with those guys. We'll just inform them as to what's going on. If there's any issues, then we just need to work with each other to make
It's a
sure.
courtesy thing, in other words. Yes.
Councillor?
That's a question and a couple of points I wanted to make. Are you guys intending on pursuing the instant fine approach? Is that the idea? Yes. Like what's being done nationally? Okay. My concerns, I mean, I'm supportive of this concept, but my concerns remain the same as the last meeting when we had this, which is if you're creating these areas in Taupo, you're going to have campers who are illegal campers needing to be moved on. Now, they can be moved to paying areas, obviously, but I think one of the outcomes you'll have with this is that they'll gravitate down the lake, and that creates an enforcement problem because you've got a vast area to cover down there. So, as I said previously, I'd like to see the signage beefed up, in particular outside the eyesight, so the eyesight in Turangi, so that people have good information about what the options are and also what the rules are, because at the moment that's not really that visible. Another thing is, I think, partly to appease commercial operators and also to provide people with good choices and options who are freedom camping in some form or other, we need to promote the existing commercial facilities that provide these things, including on the camping website. And the last point to make is that I know some people may say, well, Turangi-Tongariro Community Board has already considered this, but frankly, personally, I think the proposal put to them is very poor, and in fact, council officers recommended against it for a number of reasons at the time. I would like to see this put before the community board again to give them the option for creating a similar area at the southern end of the lake, partly to deal with the problem if we're going to have an increase in this.
So that the previous item, all 3 points are later.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Wood, did you want to talk? Okay, look, I don't want you to go too long. We've had workshops about this, with all sorts of things about this. Let's be quite clear. I've probably said it 10 times. We're not talking about the mattress in the back brigade. We're talking about self-contained motorhomes only. It was a process we went through, all of us in the workshop, that we would produce pamphlets. We would be policing it. People who are not self-contained will be given a pamphlet showing them even the directions of how to get there to the camping grounds, etc., and asked to move on. We will be loath to hand out instant fines, but central government is giving us the mandate and the tools in the toolbox to put out instant fines to freedom campers. We're not talking about freedom campers. We're going to be promoting the freedom campers go and use the very good quality camping grounds we have in our town. The self-contained motorhomes are going down Ferry Road, and with the good graciousness of the Department of Internal Affairs also in front of the yacht club. And because I am so wanting this to happen for the good of the Taupo CBD, and that's what we're focusing on at the moment, is the Taupo CBD, not Rugby World Cup, not anything else. We want to become self-contained, motorhome friendly, so we have more and more people in our CBD creating economy, environment, excitement and enterprise, which all equates to jobs and our economy. So I don't normally do this, but I want to move this resolution incorporating option 2. And I would ask for a seconder. Now if I don't get one, it falls over. Councillor Kirk, second.
Do we have to say what the defined area is?
No, we did. In option 2 was the defined area in the middle of Ferry Road, the middle section. And it also down the front of the yacht club, but that's really DIA, but our bylaw has to be changed to allow it to happen. The property owner says it can happen, bylaw to make it happen. Yeah, so does anybody want to speak against that motion? Because I do have a seconder, and Councillor Kirk, I think it was. If nobody does, I won't bother gathering my gums to speak for the motion. I'll put that to the side. All those in favour? Aye. Aye. Carried. Against? Unanimous. Thank you.